Okay, I'm going to show you a little makeup tutorial showing you how I created this look using all the Youngblood products. This is the eyeshadow quad that I used and it's called Sweet Talk. So I'll be going through that and how I used it to do my eye makeup. Okay, I'm going to begin with the Youngblood Eye Impact Cream. So a small amount of this cream is all you need just to pop under your eyes like that. Even this is probably a bit too much. And then just with your center fingers, you're just going to massage that in, just under the eye corner and over the top there as well. Massage that in. And this is beautiful. Instantly I feel fresher and brighter under the eyes. I'm going to do my base first today, so we're starting off with the CC Perfecting Primer. Now this one is also a bit of a colour corrector as well, so it goes on, it glides on beautifully, and it'll help to sort of get rid of or calm down a bit of the redness throughout the skin. So I'm going to pop that on, and I'm just going to use my fingers to put that on. Before I do that, I'm going to just get rid of my hair so that it's not in our face. Pop a small amount on your fingers and you're just going to dot that through the face and then rub that in. And instantly you'll see that it just starts to even out the complexion. You can actually use this just on its own if you wish as well. It's just a really nice primer. Just make sure I get it everywhere. Now I'm going to use the Youngblood Liquid Foundation. This one is in Golden Tan, and generally one pump is pretty much all you need. I love this brush. This is the Real Techniques foundation brush, and we're going to apply that to the center of the face. I just dot it through. And then I will blend that in. Now that I've blended the foundation in, what I'd like to do, and this is just something that I've been using this product for, it's the Mineral Radiance Moisture Tint. So it's basically a tinted moisturizer and it's beautiful. It's really silky smooth, has a little bit of a glow to it. Now I like to use this one. This is the Golden Sun, which you'll see is quite dark. So I'll pop some on my hand. It doesn't want to come out today. I did drop this bottle, so that could be why. And you'll notice that it is quite a bit darker than my skin tone, but I'm going to use it as a bit of a contour for my face to just give it a little bit of warmth. So I'll take the same foundation brush and I'm going to pop it just through here, a little bit higher than the normal contour, just to create a bit of lift. Same on this side, tiny bit on my temples there to create just that little bit of warmth, a little bit through my jawline. You can even put some down, you can't even see that, but down your décolletage as well, just to give you a bit of contour through there. And then what I will do is just rub this in. I should say blend this in. Okay, so now that I've just blended that product in all around my face, it's really framed it well and given me just a little bit of colour as well. And you can put some of your residual over the top of your eyes, should you wish. You'll see the pop of that colour comes through there too. So I'm going to use a small amount of concealer from Youngblood. This is medium, so it's quite a fair tint. Now, for your concealer, it really depends what you're trying to achieve. Now, this one is really nice and creamy, and I suggest using a small amount. So if you want to pop it in your under eye circles, the best way to do it is like this. popping your head down and putting it into this area here. So I'd suggest picking up a small amount of the product and just putting it into there on either side. And then what we'll do, I like to get a sort of more of a buffing brush, just work that into the skin so it's just a small amount. You really don't want to overdo this. And then what you'll find is when you do, and in that inner corner, we always tend to miss that. And then when you do lift up, that'll give you just enough lightness. I also like to pop a little bit on this outer corner here as well, just through there and there. And we may have to repeat this later once we've done our eye makeup, just depending if anything's sort of, if there's been any eyeshadow fall. And then tiny bit around the nose as well. Got a little bit of redness through there. I always like to blend it in with a separate brush. I also wouldn't mind putting some just through the center here. Just give yourself those little stripes and then blend that in as well. I'm going to use the same concealer just to prep up under my brows. Now, my brows do need a little bit of maintenance, so this will help disguise some of that. So you can see I'm placing it a little bit thicker than normal, just popping it under those brows to really give them that shape and point out where I'm going to go with it. And then I'm pressing it in with my finger. And we'll do the same on the other side. And just pressing that in. Because that's a creamy product just under my brows, I would like to set that now just before I move on. So I'm just using the medium pressed mineral rice powder. This is a beautiful product. It's very, very fine. So just a little bit. Be wary not to get it anywhere else but where you're setting. So we don't want this underneath your eye makeup. So just popping that there. This product also comes in a loose translucent, which is amazing. So there we are, we've just set that. And now we'll go ahead and do your brows. I'm going to use the brow pencil, if I can find it. It was here, I will find that. Okay, this is the On Point Defining Brow Pencil. Now, it's great because you have a spoolie on one end and then you have the pencil on the other, and it will just roll up. So the spoolie is very handy for giving your brows a bit of a brush upwards and out, and instantly that makes a bit of a difference. I've gone for the soft brown. Sometimes I use blonde, it really depends. I can actually go either way, so it just depends on what I'm thinking about for the day. Soft brown works quite well because I do have a bit of depth through my blonde. I always like to start on the outer corner because this way it means I don't go too dark on the inner corner. So I may only need a couple of strokes in here. And once again, I do like it to still look like hair, not a block brow. Just bringing that outer corner out a bit. Mine tend to fizzle out towards the end. And once I've gone through with that, I will take the brow wax. This is the brow wax here, and it actually has a tint as well. And just a little brush. I'm just trying to think which brush to use. This one will do, just depending if I'm going to use it again. So I'm going to pop that in and follow where I've just been. It will add a bit more tint. What it will do is ensure that these brow hairs stay put. And then just using a spoolie brush or the other end of that other brush, just pop it through just to give it that natural look. Same on the other side. Popping that through and then combing that straight through as well. So the palette that I'd like to try and use today, and I haven't actually had a great play with it yet, and it's called Sweet Talk. It's one of the eyeshadow quads that Youngblood bring out. But this one, I think, will become one of my favorites. It has a really gorgeous shimmer tone through here. Both of these are shimmer, but it's just really pretty. And this tone up here is nice and matte, as well as a highlighter. The great thing about the quads is there's only 4 colors in there, so you can't get easily confused. Nice and simple, really straightforward. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to start with that really nice shimmer color. I like to place it on just a flat brush, and I'm going to press it in. So I press it in and then I tap off the excess. So because I've done my base, we may need to do a bit of tidying up. But if we're careful, we can just press this product onto the ball of our eye. So you'll see where I'm putting this product. It's just over the ball, and I'm going to go all the way into that inner corner and all the way out to the outer corner. But if you'll notice, I'm being careful not to go above that crease line. I've got a couple of creases, but not above that crease line. I'm trying to keep it just in that ball. I'll pick up a little bit more product and I will place again. So by pressing and placing, you are hopefully going to minimize the fallout that you get sometimes with shimmer. And once you've pressed it on, you can sweep it slightly. That's a really pretty color. Do the other eye. Okay, so I've now just placed that one shimmer color all over the mobile lid of my eye. So just that color alone is quite a lot to give you a little bit of a start. Now we're going to use this shade here, so it's the matte, and it's that nice warm brown, and that's what we're going to use, and we're going to pop that into the contour, so that'll help create shape in the eye. So we're just placing it into the outer corner and just up into that crease. And you can see that I'm just sort of pushing it through, putting the bulk of the product on the outer corner, and then the residuals just coming through that crease. Really trying to create some shape up into that crease. And angle it up a little bit to see where that bone is, your brow bone is. You just really want to just bring it into there. So it's creating a really nice shape for your eye and giving you a bit of lift as well. I also like to turn the brush over on its end and put that same colour very softly underneath the eye. So just dipping it in and just underneath. Always been a huge fan of popping a bit of colour underneath the eye. Really helps the eyes look a bit bigger, and I just feel it's quite completes the look. Now I'd like to do a bit of eyeliner, and my favourite eyeliner is the Youngblood. It's the Chestnut. Now you can tell by this little one that I'm really hanging on to it, and I've used it heaps. I love it, absolutely love it. So for the demonstration, however, I will use a new one. Really handy to make sure you give them a good sharpen so that your tip is nice and pointed. These eyeliners are so creamy and smooth and nice and easy to work with, I find. That's why I love it so much. You can even warm it up a little bit on your hand should you wish, but I'll show you the colour is really chocolate. It's really lovely. Now we're going to place the eyeliner really close along this lash line. So pull your eye out nice and taut and you're running it into your lash line. I'm not sure how easily you can see this, but you're really going right into your lash line. Same on the other side. So pulling it a little bit taut and just running it into that lash line. What I also like to do is pop it into the tight line, so that's that bit underneath. Okay, hard to show you on camera. My eyes probably look a bit odd, but that actually helps to lift your eyes up. The reason I put it really close to the lash line is I don't want it all over my eyeshadow. I'd like to see those colors, but I still want to have a little bit of depth and a bit of drama. The reason I like chocolate is because, or brown, is because black tends to be a little bit harsh as well. So with this one, we'll place it on the under the eye as well. Do that off camera. Okay, so I also just popped a little bit underneath the eye as well, and then with my finger just smudged it through a bit. Now, what's really nice is if you keep your eyes open and you want to do a little bit of a flick, the best way to do this, once again, pull that eye, just bring it out, straight out from your eye, and then smudge it up with your finger, okay? Same with the other side, so we're just going straight out, it's baby wings, and then you just flick it with your finger. Now you've got that line there and you can see it on either side, so what you're going to do is, I can show you coming in, and you're just going to go straight across from that little point, making it a little bit thicker. That's a really easy way to give yourself just a slight little wing. So to further enhance your eyes, this is the Eye Illuminating Duo, and I love this. It's got a matte pencil at one end and it has a shimmer at the other. I'm going to use the matte. Once again, warm it up a little bit on your hand because this is going into your waterline. So your waterline is this line just in here, and you're just going to paint along. Feels a little strange and will make your eyes water, hence the name. And we'll pop it on the other side. All right, I totally made my eyes water with that one. So as you can see, it just brightens up the eyes. Depending on your eye shape and how your eyes move, if you have done a darker color on your tight line, you may find that it'll transfer. So this is just something you might have to just try out. And what you might find is you can either do one or the other, if that's what happens. So that's the Eye Illuminating Duo. The Youngblood Mascara is one of my favorites. It comes with just a standard wand, which I like because it's nice and firm. Being mineral, it doesn't stick to your eyes too much, but in saying that, it doesn't actually transfer either. So what I find is when I want to get it off, it comes off. I don't have to really rub my eyes too hard. Now, if you have long lashes, I would suggest doing your bottom ones first before the top, so that your top don't hit your eyeshadow. Mine are not that long. I feel mine are getting less and less. So I just like to go in and paint each one. I'll probably do a little bit more off camera. So there's the mascara. I don't tend to curl my lashes, they have a slight curl, but what you can do is place your brush right up to the roots of your lashes and really shimmer and kind of blink down, and that does help to create that little bit of a curl up and lift in your lashes, especially if you're not wearing lashes like me. I prefer to have natural lashes. So there's the eye makeup. We're going to pop some lips on. I've got the Pout Lip Liner from Youngblood, another very well used product. This, you'll notice, is a very natural colour. And one you could use on its own should you wish. And then we're going to follow that with, this is my my one so I can use it on my lips. This is called Secret. So it's got quite a nice rusty tone to it. So really good, in keeping with the eye makeup at this stage. Now, one of my favorite products, I think I always say this is one of the Mineral Radiance. Now, it's called Sunshine, and it's a really nice, I've already hit the pan on this one, but it's a really nice rusty, bronzy tone, great for summer. And I like to use a brush that has a bit of an angle to it, like this one. And what we're going to do is really follow what we've done already with that contouring, with that tinted moisturizer through here. So when we contour, I always liken it to the number 3. So there's your number 3. And popping the bulk through here, touch on your jawline, under here, little residual down here, and a little bit through your temples. And it does depend on your face shape, depending on how you'll contour. Notice my contour is slightly higher. This is helping to create a bit more lift in our face. So as we become a bit more mature, what we want to do is give that the idea of a bit of lift in the face. So I'm going to pop this on. That product blends beautifully on the face and also helps to set parts of that foundation. So as you would have noticed, I haven't set any of the foundation yet. I don't tend to set a lot of it. I set the bits that I want. I like a little bit more of a dewy look rather than a matte finish, and that's just my personal preference. So now we're going to head into the Sherbet Blush. So this blush is a loose mineral blush, possibly harder to use than other blushes because it is loose. But what I do is I have one of these, a little condiment dish, and I pop some of it into here, like this. And then that will sit on my bathroom table or where I do my makeup, and I will just dip into it each day. So that way I don't waste too much product. So we're going to pop this on our cheeks, but once again, we're going to pop it on the apples here, but then we're going to lift it up slightly, again helping to create that lift. Now you'll notice I just swept some of the remainder of that blush up through the forehead there. This helps to keep the face all looking cohesive with your color shades, and a tiny little amount just across the bridge of the nose also looks nice to just give you that sun-kissed look. One of my favorite makeup tips is using whatever blush that you have used, adding a small amount of that on a blending brush and popping that just up into your crease, so pretty much on the edge of where you've had that product, just up on that brow bone, and sweeping it through that socket very slightly. It just, once again, gives you that cohesion with your makeup, helps to blend out that outer corner a little bit too, especially if you've been using darker colors than this, and it makes it look like you're a real blending pro. You know, if you can get that nice soft outer edge, it really looks good. Looks like you've blended your makeup perfectly. So I do like to just run that through the eye socket there. Really important, if you've done your foundation first, then your eye makeup, is to clean up underneath your eyes. And I find a cotton tip is the best way to do this. If you have had quite a bit of fallout on your makeup, I would suggest using either a moisturizer, eye cream, or something a little bit creamy on the end. And what you can do is roll that underneath, and it'll actually pick up your excess makeup, and it will pick it off really easy for you. I have a small amount just fallen down here. See if I can roll that out. And then what I would suggest is, you've already got your concealer on, pop another small amount on that outer corner. It'll help clean up that eye, like I mentioned in the beginning. Just want to clean up that eye there. It does look a little bit excessive right now. In there, in there. small amount of your foundation, so slight, a little bit like that, a sort of blending brush, and you're just going to pat that through. A little beauty blender is perfect for this as well. It's kind of really what I'm using this brush for, but that'll clean up that outer eye area perfectly. Same on the other side. Just tapping that in, just making sure we get that really nice clean eyeline. And then so we don't get this sort of issue here where it looks like I've dipped in, I'll just come back with my blush and just blend that in as well, just so there's no lines. So the highlighter I'm going to use today is the Illuminator with Diamond Powder. This is a creamy highlighter, so something you can use underneath. So this can be part of your skin prep should you prefer. A very small amount does actually go a long way. I've just popped that on there. And I'm going to put a little bit on my finger and just put it through the high points of my face where I want a little bit of shine to be. Same on the other side, just giving that little bit of lift. Cupid's bow. You can also pop it on your collarbones as well. So just run it through there, especially if you're wearing a nice dress, or it just helps to catch the light, even on the tops of your shoulders as well. It's quite nice. So, and the tip of the nose. Give it a little bit of glow. So last but not least is the setting powder. So I will place this really delicately where I want it. Excuse all that noise, we have a few renovations going on. So once again, this is the mineral rice setting powder, but it's the pressed, and this is in medium. You can get this in translucent, and you can also get it in loose. The mineral rice setting powder. So I'm going to swirl my brush into it, but I really only want to set certain areas of my face. So I'd like to set the forehead. I don't want too much sheen through there. Down my nose, on my chin. I also like to set through here. So I'm being very particular of what I'd like to set. And you can see where that's gone. I also would like to take a smaller brush and just set under my eyes, because we did put a little bit more cream product there and I don't want that to move. But other than that, I don't want to put this powder anywhere else. I don't want to pop it where I've put that highlighter or any of the nice high points. So I want to keep that bit of shimmer going. So there you have it.